traveling all over Sicily and trying way too much food.
Another day, another street food market.
We have put together a list of the top 10 must-try Sicilian dishes.
This is fantastic.
The last two are not for the faint of heart. Watch out in particular for the last one, because if you're unlucky and buy it in the wrong place, you might end up eating something unsafe, unethical, and financing illegal activities and organized crime. But worry not, we will also tell you how to avoid that and where you can find the best of each dish. So if you're ever visiting, you know where to safely eat like a true local. Let's start with breakfast, of course, and also with the dish that as a Sicilian living abroad I miss the most: granita and brioche. Granita is a semi-frozen dessert that predates ice cream and in summer is enjoyed best by dipping a fluffy brioche in it. Classic tasters are almond, lemon, coffee, strawberry and chocolate. The perfect refreshing start of the days for the hot Sicilian summer. Our favorite granita spots of the island are Bambar in Taormina, Kutupo in Palermo and Caffè Adamo in Modica. Let's stay in the realm of sweets and we'll find a Sicilian classic, the cannolo. There are several regional variations in taste, but the classic cannolo taste is sweet ricotta cream topped with pistachio, chocolate chips and candied fruit. What makes a cannolo great? A fluffy light cream and a crunchy shell. Our favorites are the ones from the Santa Caterina Monastery in Palermo, which also use a secret centuries-old recipe, and Dolceria Bonaiuto in Modica.
Oh, the cream is amazing.
The next food on the list is probably the first thing that comes to mind to any Italian when you say Sicilian food, and it's arancini. Be careful when pronouncing it. In Palermo and in the west of the island they call it arancina, while in the east arancino. It's a delicious saffron rice bowl filled with meat, tomato, cheese. Some places add egg, peas or ham. Probably was introduced by the Arabs. It's a delicious explosion of flavors and a whole meal that fits in your hand. Our favorites are the ones from Savia in Catania, Re Fritto in Palermo and Bar Alexander in Modica. Next up is a pasta dish that is named after an opera and a true star of traditional cooking made in Catania, pasta alla norma. It really shows how keep it simple is the best way to go. Just tomato, fried eggplants and ricotta salata cheese go into this pasta sauce that is to die for. It takes its name from the Norma, the infamous opera by composer Vincenzo Bellini, who was born and raised in Catania. Our two best picks for eating it are both in Catania, of course, Trattoria d'Antonio and Trattoria Aldo. Aldo is open only at lunch and it's hidden in the small streets around the market. From Catania we go straight to the opposite side of the island to Trapani, where you can indulge in an incredible fish couscous. It's easy to find great couscous in the area around Trapani, Marsala and all the surroundings. We suggest trying it at Caupona or Cantina Siciliana in Trapani. Time to go for another treat from the sea, sarde a beccafico. Sardines are common all over the island, especially in the provinces of Palermo, Messina and Catania. Each of these have their local variation. We love the classic ones from Palermo, where the sardines are stuffed with breadcrumbs, parsley, garlic, pine nuts. The filling is laid on top of the sardine and the fish is rolled up. The result is an explosion of flavor at every bite. Remember, we have tried all of these dishes in our travel vlogs around the island. So if you want to learn more about them and the wonderful culture and history of Sicilian cities, subscribe to our channel and go check out our Sicilian travels playlist. Everyone knows pizza. There are so many types: Neapolitan, thin crust, stuffed crust, Chicago style, New York style, Roman style. Well, Sicilians also have their own take on this classic, and they call it sfincione. The name comes from spongos, which means sponge in Greek, and couldn't be more accurate. This must be one of the fluffiest, spongiest dough on earth. Topped with tomato sauce, anchovies, oregano and onions, it has all the intense flavors of a pizza, but with the consistency of a cloud. Our favorite sfincione was the one we got at a stall in Capo Market of Palermo. If you visit the city, you can find one in every bakery and market and choose which one is your favorite. Dish that is loved by everyone in Palermo and one of the most sought after in the city's century-old markets is pane e panelle, a fluffy bun covered with sesame seed and stuffed with a special fritter made with a base of chickpea, flour and parsley. They are incredibly crispy, and when topped with black pepper and a nice squeeze of fresh lemon, they will become your ticket to food heaven. Now, for the last two Sicilian classics, we have two of the most common street food consumed every day by the inhabitants of the two main and rival cities of the island. Are not for the faint of heart. The entry from Palermo is pane cameosa, a sandwich filled with the interior organs of the calf, specifically spleen, lung and windpipe. The consistency is interesting. It's eaten inside a sandwich called mafaldina and often paired with Sicilian caciocavallo cheese. Catania's candidate for most unsettling street food is its horse meat barbecue. If you walk around Via Plebiscito, one of the longest streets of Catania, you'll see dozens of butchers who just sell horse meat during the day and then light up their barbecues at night. However, we recommend trying this in a restaurant rather than any street food stall or from a notable safe establishment like Achille. That's because in Catania there's a terrible custom of running illegal clandestine horse races, and several times the police had discovered the horses destined for human consumption were often horses that had been involved in the illegal races and even drugged with doping and hormones to run faster. The safe places to eat horse meat are added to our interactive Sicilian food map that you can find in the pinned comment below. Let us know in the comments which one of these you've tried or you'd like to try the most, and subscribe to discover more about the food and culture of the places we'll visit.